Florida homeowners, it's not a question of if, but when the next hurricane will come. No matter what Florida weather has in store, StormSmart has products that protect every opening of your home while improving the look, feel, and function. From durable aluminum shutters, high-impact windows and doors, to our innovative storm catcher screens, products that enhance the beauty of your home and keep your family safe. Because smart is complete hurricane protection, and smart is peace of mind. Call StormSmart today for your free in-home consultation.
When your power goes out, remember just how inconvenient your life can be. No lights, no refrigeration, no heating or cooling, no electronics. But with the Generac Home Standby Generator, you'll have power when you need it. Our Generac generators automatically provide backup power after sensing a power outage, so your life goes on uninterrupted. Get a free 10-year warranty with the purchase of any air-cooled generator. Call Generac Generators today. Generac Generators. Life is primitive without power.
Streaming from the Tampa Bay 28 Weather Center in Studio A, this is Dennis Phillips Live. Brought to you by StormSmart. Protect every opening of your home. And Generac Generators. Life is primitive without power.
All right, how you doing, everybody? It is a Thursday night edition of Dennis Phillips Live, or in other words, what we affectionately call treat night here at ABC Action News. Every Thursday night, I don't know if you guys do anything like this at your work, but every Thursday night, and this started way back when this station started back in 1994. Marty Tucker, Brendan McLaughlin, Wayne Shattuck, Drew Soysher. I was the morning guy with Trina Robinson and Frank Fraboni, and on Thursday nights, people would bring in treats, and it would always be something we'd look forward to, and it was a thing. I mean, I remember when I got bumped up to nights, when I got promoted to evenings, my first night I did it, I actually made, what are they called? Crepes. You know, I came in and, did the whole crepe thing and made it look good. And then people started bringing veggie platters and clearance items from Entenmann's Bakery discount shops. And it kind of lost its way. And then fortunately, Wendy Ryan became the treat night czar and started cracking some whips and say, hey, we got to get this back. There went some papers. We got to get this. Oh, you know what? Stand by. I forgot my ban button. We cannot have DPL without my ban button. So here, let me go grab that. But so far, so good. We don't have a flashing light like we did yesterday. And if you were watching on TV last night, and we are on TV tonight, by the way, the Bolts are playing. Got the ban button. Bolts are playing, but it's on a different channel. I think it's on HBO Max or Hulu or something. So, so anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So anyway, the treat night thing, was quite a thing. And tonight, I don't know whose treat night it is, but it's always something to look forward to. As are cooler temperatures, and they are here. And they are going to continue tomorrow night, and into Saturday. Now, we got a lot of things to go on. If you were watching last night, I erased all evidence of the debacle that was DPL last night. I won't point fingers. I'm just saying there were settings on the computers and this and that were kind of wacky and kind of crazy, and it just went straight down the drain. It was a nightmare. Anytime the master control operator, Scott, who's a great guy, right, comes in with his eyes this big, and he's like, you got to change to whatever the number was. And then Jason Adams, an engineer. Not that Jason Adams, and not the other Jason Adams. I know 3 Jason Adams. One's GM of the Clearwater Threshers. The other one is Jason Adams, weather guy here on the weekends. And then the third is Jason Adams, who used to be, he's did a little bit of everything in this place. He's used to be camera operator, he was a director, and now he works for engineering. And when Jason Adams comes in and looks like his hair's on fire, it was bad. So, so Steve said he saved video of the debacle. I'm banning you, Steve. I deleted that from YouTube. I deleted that from Facebook. I deleted that from Restream. But it was on TV, so unfortunately there's no way to delete that. So anyway, I think we're up and running. I think all's good. And you know what? One thing that I love being on TV, and I'll say this again, if you're watching on the spot, thank you so much. I always encourage the folks, the OG folks, or anyone else who's following on Facebook, to watch on TV as well. Because one, it's a different experience if you get the best of both worlds. And two, I always like to know that there's actually people watching on TV because we can verify and document that. And that makes the advertisers happier too, as you would expect. So I encourage you to watch it on the spot, 66.1 OTA, or Frontier 23, or Spectrum 17, or Wow TV, or whatever it is available on local streaming, broadcast, cable, or whatever the case may be. But again, what I was saying is sometimes we get away from our hellos because this has been going on. We've been doing this show for decades, literally decades, since like 2005 on a different platform and all. And it all started with the interaction. That's what the goal of this was. This was just people talking. It became kind of a family feel to it. I've said the story many, many times, but there's a lot of folks out there who really kind of enjoy the camaraderie or the bantering or the bickering. Have you guys ever watched The Bear? And if you have, did you ever see the 7 Fishes episode? Well, I envision our chat group like the family and the 7 Fishes all around some imaginary massive table, just bickering with everybody, but still enjoying each other's company. That's what it is. So, Chris, how you doing? We'll check out some hellos in a second. Do want to mention one other thing. A lot of people have been asking me about fundraising for Jamaica and hurricane relief. You notice I have a new DPL hoodie, a sweatshirt on today. This is a little guy. All right, it's got the, this is the Gator one. There's one for all colors. Gator, USF, Bolts, Bucks, Knowles, everybody. It's got the small thing on the front, but it still has the big one on the back, right? And there's lots and lots of other stuff. So for the next 2 weeks, 100% of all proceeds will go for hurricane relief for Jamaica, and I do want to show you how to do it. So you can go on the top of my Facebook page and you'll see a link. I'm going to post something else. You go on Fourth Wall, FOURTH wall.com, and you search Rule 7 Shop, and you'll see it all. There's hoodies, there's tumblers, there's bottles, there's the Gator one, except it's the one on the front. Then you've got the zippered hoodie with USF, you got the tanks, and again, all the proceeds are going to benefit hurricane relief. I have, and I buy all these as well. I mean, every one of these that I wear, and I've got about 10 of them, I buy them myself. This is from Dan Kellerman, a local business guy whose art department made up some coffee mugs, which are Snuggle Alert. Now, seemingly that would be something appropriate for today since we are officially issuing a Snuggle Alert. And then you got the dentist mug, which I think is really funny. But as I said, all the proceeds are going to benefit Jamaican hurricane relief funds. There's the big tumblers, and lots of, and there's the rash guards, and the holidays are coming up too. So definitely something to keep in mind when you're out shopping for holiday stuff, and the proceeds are benefiting those in need. All right, so let's go ahead and do a quick little look at what's going on out there right now. We talked about this yesterday, right? What we're getting out there now is kind of a Florida version of lake effect snows. You guys have heard of lake effect snows, I'm sure. Well, this is Gulf effect clouds. The colder air over the warmer waters, and right on cue, you're beginning to see some of those showers out there, right? It's just like lake effect snows, only it's not frozen. It's liquid. But you still get those strato-Q clouds, and usually right along the coast, and then as that moisture tries to push inland, it goes away. We're going to see it all night tonight. Look at those temperatures in the mid-60s right now in our northern counties, low 60s in Crystal River, low 70s along the coast. And highs today only hit the mid-70s, only hit the upper 60s Crystal River. So if you look at outside right now, 71 degrees at the airport with partly cloudy skies. And looking out over Ray J, 75 the high, 7 degrees below average. Jolene in Temple Terrace in the house. How you doing? Pat in Newport Richie, good to see you. John in Brooksville. You know, John is an interesting character because John sometimes, and you know what? And John is a perfect example of why I do not mind the criticisms and the comments and whatnot. John sometimes pulls no punches. And I'm totally okay with that as long as we do it in a respectful fashion. I don't mind negativity. I don't mind saying, I don't like this, or it's fine. Just be respectful. So I don't ban just for the sake of banning. I ban if you're rude, or you talk politics, or you spam. And we have had several millionaires the last couple of nights that have been offering the first 5 people to respond $1 million. So I had to ban them. I apologize if they're actually legit because I'm costing somebody millions of dollars, but my spidey sense is saying that ain't what happened. So anyway, the hockey game is not on the spot tonight, Barb. It is on HBO Max or Hulu, I believe, is what I saw. And I'm not sure why it's on some nights and not. Not really sure. Anyway, outside right now, there's a look at the satellite. You can see everything kind of moving. Hockey's on TNT, Debbie's saying as well. So there you go. So there's a look at tomorrow. The winds go from northwest when the air travels over the Gulf, which is bringing in the clouds, to a northerly flow. Abby, how you doing? And good to see you as well. Jeremiah likes the new hoodies. So tomorrow the winds go out of a more northerly direction late, and when that happens, that is going to dry us out and really, really look beautiful. Victor in Homosassa, how you doing? Debbie in Sebring, good to see you. Got some winds going on over there as well. Debbie has the water bottle, loves it. Thank you. So here it is. Tomorrow morning, there are a look at the temperatures. Mid-40s, Pasco County north. Lower 50s, Hillsborough County. Along the coast, it'll be significantly warmer. But look at those inland spots. Mid to upper 40s. A weak front does come through late on Sunday into Monday. Maybe a few more showers. Barbara, Sun City, how you doing? Rosie in Plant City, good to see you. Sherry in Newport Richie. Greg, how are you? Good to see you. Ryan, nice to see you as well, as always. We're getting a band. Is George Cooper back? Do not tell me that George Cooper has found a way to bypass the ban button. Oh, man. George Cooper is a magician. There he is. I see him. All right, George. I respect your diligence, but I'm not going to ban you from the stream. I'm going to ban you from the page. So let's see you come back from that, my man. Ban from page, and he gets 2. Because 3, because he came back 2 other times, which I respect you to no end being able to circumvent the ban. But let's see if you can do it again, George Cooper. Let's just see. Anyway, where were we? I don't know. You always know we never know where we are. All right, there's a look at temperatures. Behind, we will be warming up early next week behind that next front. So there's Melissa. You know, I find it fascinating. The Hurricane Center still has a hurricane warning for Bermuda, yet it's going to stay well to the west of Bermuda. So that is D.B. Cooper's brother, Kevin says. Wow, that's an old school reference. Got to like that. New account, same name, different email address. Ah, thank you, Randy. Randy got to the bottom of it. We have not break it yet. We have not, Jules, and we have to. Yes, you are correct. There's a look at the forecast tonight, partly cloudy. For the water tomorrow, water temperature 80 degrees, northerly winds, and those northerly winds will get us more sunshine. Look at the beach forecast tomorrow. Look at those high temperatures. Mid to upper 60s. Holy moly. There's a look at the 7-day. That is a beautiful thing. Maybe a shower as the front comes. It's like break. I know. I got to go. Verna, thank you for the update. 0-0 of the Bolts game on TNT. And Ryan, just for you, there. Oh, where'd it go? Stand by. Wait a minute. I blew right through it. Hold on. Got to use the Halloween forecast. There we go. Spooky. Clear and cool for the trick-or-treaters tomorrow. Temperatures from the 60s down to the 50s. But how cold will it go on Saturday morning? We'll talk about it in 90 seconds as DPL continues. There's the break. And I am insanely heavy. You're right, Ryan. We used to have these fireside chats, but Facebook stopped letting us do it. Well, because I was using it from YouTube, and it registered it was on YouTube, and it immediately, like we had hundreds and hundreds, I'll never forget, we had hundreds of people on this, and then I took the YouTube video, and it went to one, which was me. So I'm like, oh, guess I can't do that anymore. I know, everybody's like, do your break, do your break. Hey, let me, I have another graphic too. Let me grab you. I've got actually several of them. Apparently, Greg used the dancing mummies this morning. Let me see if I can find that one, because I could not find it. I was looking for it. I could not find it. Maybe it went somewhere else, but I'll be honest, I was not a big dancing mummy guy, but I liked the other ones. But apparently Greg did use them. I can't find it. I guess I could look in his show. But anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys have seen the dancing mummies. I'm sure you have. So we'll take this one for later. Okay, we are back in 15 seconds on TV, and then we are going to talk 540 line and how cold we're going to get. All right, we're going to make this an all-weather segment because I got to catch up because I went long. Shocker there in 3, 2. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Dennis Phillips Live on Mischief Night. If you live up north, you know. If you've lived up north, you know. Mischief Night was the night before Halloween. Now in Detroit, they call it a Devil's Night when I was there. And that got kind of nasty. I mean, I know for a period of time, I remember seeing fires. People were setting cars on fire, and it was just a bad deal all around. I don't even know if they still have it, but Mischief Night was a thing that I knew they had in Jersey. And the night before Halloween, where mischief abounds. And then the trick-or-treaters took over on Halloween. All right, so let us look at some weather for the cold air. Here is the long-range GFS. All right, Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday night, Sunday morning, Sunday night. You see that little disturbance, that little area of energy rounding that trough. See that trough right here? See it? Well, you got a little bit of energy rounding around it. And then you got maybe a little something developing off the Carolina coast. Non-tropical, but it looks like it's going to be a little bit too far north to really impact us. The rain chances are very, very low. This is the GFS. Your 540 line drops down to central Pennsylvania. And then big storm in the plains toward the end of next week with another front and another coastal low in the mid-Atlantic. Let me tell you, the models are now looking at 3 coastal lows in the mid-Atlantic in about a 14-day period. That, to me, my friends, could very well be an indicator of what this winter is going to bring. When you start to see that kind of a pattern develop in October and in November, you often can see this continue. And if that's the case, you're going to see a snowy stretch in the Northeast this winter. I don't even know what the long-range forecast was, but I'm telling you, you recognize patterns and you see that, and you're like, all right, that's the third time in about 3 weeks you've seen a coastal low off the Carolinas. And then potentially you can even see another one. And look at that 540 line in the middle of the month all the way down to South Carolina. And another storm. Look at that, that's a big old snowstorm toward the end of the period. Now remember, the GFS is usually out to lunch with long-range hurricane. It's the same with tropics. I mean, it's the same with cold stuff. All right, there's tomorrow morning for the Euro, tomorrow evening, Saturday morning, Saturday night, right here, Sunday morning, Sunday night. So let's see the difference. Here's the Euro at 8 a.m., here's the GFS. Euro, GFS, pretty close. I would say identical, to quote my cousin Vinny. So they're both developing a weak little system off the Carolinas, moves it out to sea. High pressure builds back in. We warm up next week, back in the middle 80s. Got a little clipper system through the Great Lakes toward the middle of next week. See that up there? Then the Euro develops another low up north of Toronto. Maybe they will have been celebrating a World Series victory. Certainly possible. And then there's another front coming up. There's the Euro GFS. They both are showing the inklings of a storm in the plains and a cold front toward the middle of November. All right, let's talk more about temperatures for us. Tampa, 74. Friday, 72. Saturday, 76. Sunday, 81. Monday, 77. 78 and 81. What about temperatures? All right, tomorrow morning, there are your temps. Let's get rid of what is that there? There are your temps tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. right there. Look where you live. Try to figure out the temps. There is tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock, upper 60s, low 70s. 8 o'clock for the trick-or-treaters, 60s and even some 50s. Look at that. And Saturday morning, 40s to around 50. So the next, I think we are going to see, I personally think we could see some upper 30s in the coldest spots on Saturday morning. And then Sunday morning, we start to see a moderation a little bit, but the days are going to be beautiful. All right, so there's a look at the cold air. All right, now, what about the tropics? There's still a month left in hurricane season. Are the models still showing the potential of Caribbean development? We'll talk about it in 90 seconds as DPL continues. Oh my heavens, I am so heavy. So get a load of this. So I'll wait until TV to talk about this. I don't know if I have a lot of time. This either needs to be an hour show on TV or 2-minute, 15-second breaks. I feel like, I mean, it's the same time, but I think 2 longer breaks would work. What do I know? That's above me. You know, that's a good point. I bet a lot of people are going to be having fire pits. Tomorrow is going to be so awesome for trick-or-treaters. I don't get to go home. I got to stay here. I'll be here for DPL tomorrow night. It's going to be the first time in a long time I actually haven't been able to go home and do a live shot for Halloween and walk around with Ryan. But Ryan will be on DPL tomorrow night. She'll be doing a walk-through play-by-play as she's trick-or-treating tomorrow evening. So that will be going on. So let's see. Oh, Mary's quoting, I don't know who sings that song, but it's, "He ain't heavy, he's my brother." I'm not really sure. Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown is on? Oh, Ryan. So, yeah. Now, Maya, it's interesting because they are going to have a watch party tomorrow in Dunedin. They are going to have a watch party at the Dunedin Stadium, potentially the Blue Jays winning the World Series. I'm friends with the family of the GM of the Blue Jays. His son went to school with Ryan. I guess we're back. Hey, everybody, we're back. So we were just talking about they're going to have a watch party tomorrow night in Dunedin for the Blue Jays because if they win the World Series. Now they're up against a stud pitcher for the Dodgers tomorrow, so we'll see how it goes. But tomorrow night, Halloween, maybe trick or treating early, then run over to the Blue Jays. If you're a Blue Jays fan, to watch it, it's probably going to be a lot of fun. All right, so let's jump in and talk about tropics because I went so long on the first segment, which is typical. You know me, I start talking. And so Maya is going to be there. Maya is going to be at the watch party tomorrow in Dunedin. All right, so here's a look at the long-range Euro, and you see all but one little member trying to form something from this group down here. Make one more, and it's a snowman. So very, very little support at all of any possibility. But, you know, as we were saying, the Climate Prediction Center is saying that over the next couple of weeks, there might be a little something developing down there. Well, if you look at the models, they are showing that, but most of it is down here and goes into the Pacific. So here's the other thing to remember. We are getting so many fronts out there that no matter what happens, whatever develops, it's going to run into a roadblock, and it's going to go like this. So if something even does develop, it will not go into the Gulf. The only possibility of anything happening is a stalled out front and cyclogenesis developing somewhere along that front. And the models currently do not show that. What do they show? Well, here we go. Here's a look at the GFS. Not a lot. Tomorrow night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. There's that coastal, that mid-Atlantic coastal, cranks up to a big old storm off the Canadian Maritimes next Tuesday. And then there's another storm dropping down. Look at all those dropping down. And then you look a little something in the Gulf. There's the front that I talked about. And then there's your coastal mid-Atlantic one again. I'm telling you, that's a sign of things. And there's what we're talking about. So look down there in the Caribbean. The GFS is doing what the GFS does and briefly trying to develop something. But that front makes it so far south, it will be sheared into oblivion. And look at the big old snowstorm in the Great Lakes in the Ohio Valley in the middle of the month. That's the GFS. Again, it's the GFS long range. You know what we think about long range models. We ridicule them. Here's the Euro. Euro develops that coastal low as well, a little bit farther offshore next Monday. High pressure builds in, pretty quiet. Nothing really going. Front drops all the way down into Cuba. Another front comes in, and maybe a little something at the end in the Bay of Campeche, but not too much. So, in summation, the tropics look to be, cannot say the season's over, but it's getting really close. With all the fronts, with the Melissa pulling away, got to think we're looking good. Couple of coastal storms in the mid-Atlantic, a sign of things to come this winter, possibly. And tomorrow morning, 40s and 50s. Chilly for Halloween night, and even colder on Saturday before warm-up begins. One final look at the long-range forecast in 90 seconds as DPL continues. Okay, we are in our last break. Yeah, Ryan, I'm kind of in Rob had to stir the pot. I'm not even going to go down that road, Rob. I would, but I get myself in trouble. But apparently it was named after a former governor of the Bahamas. So that is how that name came about. Just saying. But I can't say it because I'd get in trouble. It's just one of those things, right? So we got football going on. We got the Dolphins and the Ravens coming up in a little bit. So that's going to be fun. And my fantasy teams are very big on that because I have quite a few. I have Achan. I've got Mark Andrews, who's done nothing this year. I've got Lamar. I've got, I had Tyreek, but he's out. John, here's the thing, John. The show actually has been technically flawless, except somebody said the wrong graphic at the beginning. What's up with that? A couple of people said it was the wrong graphic at the very beginning. Do tell. Elaborate on that. But yesterday's show, I had to delete everywhere because it was a nightmare. Tonight, it looks good, right? You got your new Rule number 7 hoodie on with the Gator colors. All proceeds benefiting Jamaican hurricane relief over the next 2 weeks. And we got a ban button. Who's the ban? Cyclogenesis is just development of low pressure. Oh boy, who's the ban button going to? We are back in. Are we back already? Maybe we are. We're back. Okay, we're back. This is why you got to do both. TV is awesome. Love that you're watching on TV, but at the same time, you follow along here because I get into these conversations and somebody's saying I need to ban somebody else, but I can't find them. I'm going to have to look for them. So anyway, let's finish up. We're done in 27 seconds on TV and streaming. Mostly cloudy overnight, partly cloudy along the coast in the morning. A beautiful Halloween, maybe some clouds closer to the beach, but the evening will be pleasant, cool, temperatures in the 60s, great weather. The weekend looks amazing as well. Sunny Saturday, sunny most of Sunday, highs in the 70s. Tomorrow night, our Halloween edition of Dennis Phillips Live will be here. Have a great night. Thanks for watching DPL. Okay, we got out. All right. Now, wait a minute. Let's go back. First of all, I wanted to show the one other Halloween graphic again. Because I queued it up and all, but I forgot to show it. There it is. It's cute, right? Who am I supposed to ban? Wait a minute. Let me look. I'm scrolling up. You guys do not put up with any nonsense. I mean, I'm just saying. Aaron. No, La Nina, Sandy, is usually what creates more activity. That's why it's been so crazy. No, I do not have a Buckeye hoodie. No, I do not have a red and white hoodie. Not to mention, I graduated Penn State, so I really don't want anything to do with the Buckeyes this weekend because they are going to annihilate the Nittany Lions. Yeah, well, I can't see him anymore because whatever reason, he's not on here. So I tried to scroll up and he's gone. So I cannot ban him. I could go onto the Restream page and find him. Wait a minute, stand by. I got an angry face from Lorraine. Where is that? Why? Okay, let me look. Where is this person? Okay, let me see if I can find him. I'm looking, I'm scrolling up because on Restream I can find all of them. I can find all the. I'm not seeing. Maybe I already blocked him and I can't see him because I'm not seeing him. Yeah, you guys are. But I'm telling you, I'm not. Oh, nope, never mind. There he is. He wants to ask Mark Zuckerberg for $1,000 and then PayPal. Oh, Assad, block. Block. He's gone, I think. I think he's gone. I think he's gone. Yes, we are, George. We are really bad. So Lori Skelly comes down on Saturday and Christmas comes out. I am 100% with you. All our decorations are going up this weekend on the inside. Outside, I bought a turkey. I bought one single turkey decoration that I'm actually going to put up for a week because it takes a couple of weeks for me to get up my Christmas decorations. I never found a Ferris wheel. I had dreams of grandeur. I told you, I saw guys 15 years ago, maybe. I don't remember how long, maybe longer. In Countryside, he had this Ferris wheel in his front yard at Christmas time. And it was the coolest thing. It was probably 12 feet high, 10 to 12 feet high. And it was the coolest thing ever. And ever since then, I've wanted that Ferris wheel or wanted one like that. And I've never been able to find it. Makes me terribly sad. Jules, I don't think you'd be able to find one. I went on Alibaba. I went on Temu. I went everywhere to try to find. And they sell like real Ferris. Well, no, first of all, they sell like little ones with like the seats or little bubbles like this big. This was actually a seat like this big on all the swinging seats. I don't think it's big enough to hold people. Maybe they would, but certainly stuffed animals or something. It was so awesome. It's the greatest decoration I've ever seen. But I just cannot. I cannot find it. So I'm going to go watch the game as well, guys. We made it through the show clean. It's treat night, and we are now in a time where the weather is going to be quiet, and so originally DPL was supposed to be on broadcast every day through the end of hurricane season, and because it's been doing pretty well, and people are watching, and the ratings are there, and they're advertising, I no longer have the luxury of maybe doing it once or twice a week. It sounds like it's going to be a daily thing, but I said, I got to get somebody to get me guests. So this is where you guys can come in. I really want to get interesting people. Like we have a person in the newsroom. I was just talking to her yesterday, Fran. She skydives all the time, and she's got video of skydiving. I think that'd be really cool. So I'm like, Fran, hey, you want to go on DPL? She's like, yeah. So and get some video in as well. So I want, as we get into the quiet time of the year, and there's not as much weather to talk about, I want some interesting guests. It can be local. I don't know if you remember this, but remember Lauren back in the day? This is before we even ever went live on Facebook, when we did our own live. Lauren got me, who was the guy on American Idol that I had? I know one of you guys will remember. What was his name? Famous singer on American Idol. He did not win. Daughtry. So I had Daughtry on DPL. And they're like, because that was back when streaming was just starting and people were starting to do that stuff. So those artists a lot of times like to do that kind of stuff. So I have someone at the newsroom who's going to be working on getting me some people, but you guys too. If you have any connections of interesting people, if you have any connections of something that, you know, what you think would be an interesting soundbite or something story, let me know. Boy, we got another spammer. Here we go, banned from all live streams. So, they're gone. I'm just going to ban them from the live stream first. Yeah, I saw the Alibaba one for $13,000, Terry, but those are real. Those were real Ferris wheels. Like, mine's not even real. I don't necessarily want a real one. I just want something that's kind of pseudo-real. So, all right, I'm going to go watch a football game. Thanks for watching. Tomorrow night, Ryan will be live doing play-by-play as she goes up to houses in our neighborhood and interviews people for Dennis Phillips Live. That ought to be a hoot. Have a good night. Stay warm in this snuggle alert weather, and we will see you on tomorrow night's edition of Dennis Phillips Live. See you guys.